first I thought this is nothing more than a common dispute in the subway until I saw the man's teeth deeply plunged into the girl's neck. This guy is 80 drunk. A young man wearing headphones next to him raised his phone. The camera focused on the scene of the incident. Hurry up and record. Hurry up and record. This will definitely be on the hot search. His girlfriend tiptoes, desperately looking into the crowd. The bitten girl let out a scream, but it was instantly engulfed in the noisy carriage. Most passengers are still intently swiping their phones. Only the few people who were close to the center started to get restless. It's just sick. An aunt grabbed the bag in her hand. Smash at the man who bites. I looked through the cracks. The man was still biting hard. He was wearing a crumpled white shirt. It looks like an ordinary office worker, but those eyes were clear but empty and scary. Pupils dilated. The whites of his eyes were bloodshot. The eyes of a dead fish are clear. Finally, a strong man rushed up and tried to drag him away. It's in the palm of his hand. The moment it touches the shoulder of the white shirt, strange things happened. The bitten girl suddenly stopped struggling. My whole body began to twitch violently. Limbs are twisted at angles that defy common sense. The sound of misaligned bones makes people's scalps tingle. What is going on? The young man, who was still filming the video just now, the voice began to tremble. The girl suddenly stopped convulsing, slowly raised his head. What was exposed was exactly the same as that man. Eyes are clear, like dead fish. The next second, she slammed on the aunt closest to her. The carriage seemed to be on fire. Run away. Open the door. Open the door. Let me out. The crowd was like a flood that burst the embankment, rushing frantically towards both ends. I was squeezed against the door. The ribs are about to break. The little couple just now had already been swept away by the crowd. The girl's screams came from a certain direction, but suddenly it was gone. The acoustic glass door is covered with palm prints and mist. Someone desperately smashed the emergency switch. The subway came to a sudden stop at this moment. The car door can't be opened. I desperately turned my head to see the situation in the carriage. It's simply miserable. Those two infected people, let's call it that, is frantically biting the fallen person. Blood splattered on the walls of the white carriage. It looks like some kind of weird avant-garde art. What's even more terrifying, as long as the bitten person is the only one, quickly becomes a new infected person. Run to the back carriage. I don't know who shouted. This sentence seems to have become a signal. Everyone began to frantically squeeze towards the carriage connection. Pushing, rubbing, trampling, and screaming are intertwined. An old man was pushed to the ground. In a blink of an eye, I was stepped on by countless feet. His reading glasses shattered into slag. The face was full of blood, but he never got up again. I was also coerced by the flow of people and squeezed through the first connecting door. Suddenly stepped on something soft under his feet. Look down. It's a pink plush toy. There was also a small Garfield school bag lying next to it. I don't dare to think about what its owner is now. The second car is slightly better, but panic has spread like a plague. Someone cried. Someone called. Someone smashed the car window like crazy. I'm on the subway. Someone went crazy when something happened. There are many people who bite people, and people call 110. I need to call the police. Control 5 to the west. DEU. Someone attacked the passenger. You can be clear about what? I'm dying. You let me speak slowly. I pulled out my phone. Only 12 battery left. The signal is intermittent. The outgoing message is always displayed in a circle. The sound of glass shattering suddenly came from behind him. The infected caught up, continue to flee backwards. Section after section. He escaped from the third quarter to the fourth quarter. Every time you pass through a door, there are people who are overwhelmed by new screams. Attention passengers, due to unexpected circumstances, the train will temporarily stop at the station ahead. Please stay calm. Hold your horses. What else can you say to be calm at this time? Finally, we escaped to the last carriage. There is nowhere to retreat. Lock the door and block it. Man with glasses snatched someone else's suitcase. Across the passage, glass doors can be exterior. There were still 7 or 8 people slapping frantically. Open the door. and beg you, my child is still inside. The carriage fell into a terrible, dead silence. Let them in. A young girl with a ponytail stands up. He turned pale, but his eyes were particularly firm. They are all living people. Not those monsters. Who knows if they were bitten or not? Put an infected one in. We all have to die. That can't be done without help. Katsuki Gao, you want to save yourself. Go out and save yourself. The quarrel became more and more intense. The slapping outside the door is getting more and more urgent. I saw a woman holding a child outside the door. The child is in a coma. I don't know if it's dead or alive. The woman's eyes were full of despair. Damn it. I thought of the Garfield school bag I had just stepped on. We should, at least me. I just spoke. Was glared at by the man with glasses. Shut up and want to be a hero. Right. I can see clearly that there are already infected people over there. Indeed, several figures appeared at the end of the passage. Stiff movements covered in snow. The people outside the door are even crazier. Someone started banging their heads against the glass. Help! I know now that I beg. Why didn't you wait for others when you ran just now? At this moment, the woman outside the door suddenly froze. She looked down at her arm. The sleeve was torn, revealing a clear row of tooth marks. No, it won't. Her voice trembled. The others instinctively took a step back. I was bitten. Someone in the carriage gasped. It, I said. I couldn't open the door. The woman looked down at the child in her arms. Tears couldn't stop flowing. She lifted the child up and attached it to the glass door. Please, save my child. Child was awakened. He burst into tears. The ponytail girl rushes to the car door. You are crazy. The man with glasses grabbed her. The two scuffled. Taking advantage of the chaos, a young man opened the crack in the door. It's this gap changed everything. The people outside the door squeezed in like crazy. The woman desperately tried to stuff the child in, and others desperately tried to squeeze in to save their lives. Close the door and close the door. The scene was completely out of control. Someone squeezed in. Someone was caught in the crack of the door. The woman holding the child was knocked down. The child flew out of her hands, fell heavily to the ground. The child, sobbing, suddenly disappeared. The infected approaching. Hot, wrenching warning came from outside the door. Fresh snow splashed on the glass door. Slowly disappeared into the carriage along the gap. We are desperately pressing against the door. Hands covered in sticky liquid. It's already impossible to tell whose snow it is. Finally, the door was locked again. Only those wandering infected were left outside the door. Occasionally pounce on the glass. Leave snow-red palm prints. The carriage fell into a dead silence. People who were still arguing fiercely just now. How, at this moment, they were all paralyzed on the ground. A ponytail girl curled up. Bury your head in your knees. The whole body trembled uncontrollably. The man with glasses leaned in the corner. Keep rubbing your snowy hands. It seems like you want to wash something off. It's all your fault. I don't know, who muttered in a low voice. No one responded, because everyone knows it in their hearts. In that case, we are accomplices. Is also a victim. The train is still moving forward. I don't know where to go. The emergency lights in the carriage flickered on and off. It seems to be counting down. I pulled out my phone. The battery is only 7. Click on wedge out. I sent a message to my mother. I may not be able to come back. The message shows that it was sent successfully, but there was no reply. They were crying and praying around me. There is also the sound of desperately making a phone. Hey, wife. Can you hear me? Listen, I love you and the kids. Hey. The call is interrupted. He stared at the blacked screen. Shoulders rise and fall violently. I opened Weibo. I want to know what's going on outside. A biting incident occurred in the subway of City B, the top of the hot search list. Click in to see all the live videos. It is this train that we are on. Oh, seems that the entire metro network is paralyzed. The comment area has been fried. Isn't this just zombies? Don't talk about zombies from the real world. My friend, it is online. 10. I can't get in touch anymore. Everyone hurried home. It's full of madmen. Outside, the phone screen went black. The battery is completely depleted. Train began to slow down. Arrive at the station ahead. Lu Chengwei. My trough. When I arrived at the station, the familiar station sounded. At this moment, there is an indescribable weirdness. The door slowly opened. There was a mess on the platform. Don't go down, but it's too late. The door just opened. The crowd poured out like a flood of collapsing embankments. I was coerced and got out of the car. The scene in front of me instantly froze. Is this still Lujiao, where I commute every day? Various items are scattered on the ground. Backpacks, coffee phones, and vending machines dumped on the ground. Drink streams are everywhere. The walls and ground are covered with snow. What's even more harmful is that infected people roamed the platform. They move in a twisted manner, like a puppet controlled by invisible silk threads. Aimless exclusion. As soon as I saw the people pouring out of the carriage, immediately pounced on the beast that smelled the smell of snow. The crowd was once again thrown into chaos. I desperately sprinted towards the security checkpoint. My feet suddenly slipped. Stepping on something slimy, almost fell. Look down. It was a puddle of dark red liquid that had solidified. I can't think about it. I can't see it. The stairs were crowded with people. Someone fell. The people behind stepped directly on. Someone reached out to pull the fallen. As a result, he was dragged down. Screams came and went. I saw the ponytail girl squeezed around by the crowd. The face was pale. The eyes are empty. Someone next to her pushed her. She followed a few steps. I was about to fall. Ghost makes the gods bad. I reached out and grabbed her. Thank you. Don't talk. Run with me. I dragged him up the edge of the stairs desperately. The palms of his hands were full of sweat. Almost can't catch each other. Screams kept coming from behind him. Infected have caught up. Hurry up. And hurry up. Finally rushed out of the ground. Usual time. It should be brightly lit here. But tonight is completely different. Several cars crashed into each other. One of them is burning. The street lights flicker on and off. It can go out at any time. Sirens and screams came from the distance. There was also a loud explosion. The whole city has gone crazy. Where to run? The ponytail girl asked me breathlessly. I looked around. There are 7 and 8 cars parked on the road. Some doors spread out. There was no one inside. Someone was running for his life on the sidewalk. Someone is on the hunt. It is no longer possible to tell who is a human and who is a ghost. Find a place to hide first. We ran east along the street outside Jungle Woman, passing by a convenience store. The glass door was smashed to pieces. It was a mess inside. Several people were snatching the only supplies left on the shelves. Water. Roll for me. This is what I took first. The 2 men scuffled over a box of mineral water. One of them grabbed the wine bottle from the shelf, slammed into another person's head. Fresh snow splashes. The person who fell to the ground convulsed a few times, never moved again. The man who committed the murder was stunned for a few seconds. Then he picked up the box of water. Escape every day. The disguise of civilization was so easily torn and shattered. Don't look at it. Let's go. I pulled the girl and continued running. It took about 10 minutes. My lungs are about to explode. Ponytail girls are even worse. She held on to the roadside railing and coughed violently. No, I really can't run. I'm also at my limit. You must find a place to rest. There is a residential community in front. The gate was closed. The security booth was pitch black. I don't know if anyone has gone over there to try it. We rushed to the gate of the community. The iron door is locked. The side door next to it was also closed. Anyone let us in? No one responded. Footsteps came from behind him. Look back. Several infected people were staggering closer. Think of a way. The voice of the ponytail turned into a girl. Has been brought to the cry. I looked at the gate. He looked at the wall. Next to him again. It is about 2 meters high. There's also an iron fence at the top. Climb over the wall. Li, I'm afraid of being too high, and I'm afraid of being overturned. I'll climb up first, riding on the wall too. Then reach out and pull her. Her hands were shaking violently. Several times I didn't grasp it. The infected are getting closer. She hurriedly closed her eyes. Climb up with your hands and feet. I desperately pulled up. The muscles in the arm were burning and painful. Finally pulled him up. Jumped down first. I didn't stand still and fell to the ground. There was a heart-wrenching pain in my right foot. The ponytail girl was still riding on the wall and did not dare to move. Jump! Quickly! They're coming! He gritted his teeth and jumped down with his eyes closed. I forced myself to pick him up. As a result, the two fell to the ground together. The roar of the infected came from outside the wall. There's also the sound of nails scratching the iron door. What happened to your feet? Your feet. Don't worry about the silence in my community. The street lights are still on, but half a figure was missing. We found a building. The gate was closed. Push the door open. The corridor was pitch black. Is there anyone? I lowered my voice and shouted. Only the echo echoed in the corridor. The phone has long been out of battery. I can only climb up in the dark. There is something slimy on the stairs. I don't dare to think about what. I'm to the 3rd floor. I saw a door opened. It is a model room. Indeed, there is a label on the door for visiting the model house. We dodge in. Lock the door with your backhand. The furnishings in the interior are extremely simple, apparently purely for show. The sofa was covered in dust. It seems that no one has set foot for a long time. I dragged my injured leg to the window. Carefully open a corner of the curtain. Look out on the road of the community. Downstairs, several dark shadows were wandering back and forth. Distance is too far. It is impossible to tell whether it is a living person or an infected person. The skyline, far away from the city, smoke billowed in several places. The fire was sky high. What should we do now? Ponytail girl curled up on the couch, arms around knees. I don't know. The phone is completely out of power. Lose all contact with the outside world. Outside world has long been in a state of madness. We are like 2 guinea pigs trapped in a cage. I had no idea what awaited us outside the cage. What is fate? Check what works here first. We started rummaging through the room. There is a model refrigerator in the kitchen. Take a look. There are actually 3 bottles of mineral water and 2 apples in it. It may have been left by the person who looked at the house before. The girl guessed 3 bottles of water and 2 apples. This is all we have. The curtains in the living room are thick. We tear it off as a quilt. No pillows. Just pile the sofa cushions together to make do. My name is Su-hei. The girl suddenly spoke. My name is Lu Ming. After a brief mutual acquaintance, the two fell silent again. The noise outside never stops. Scream, explosion, and the roar of helicopter propellers. Every voice reminds us the outside world is no longer what it used to be. What do you think this is all about? So, he asked in a low voice. It is not good to say whether it is a virus or a biochemical leak or zombies. It's zombies, right? It's exactly the same as in the movie. I didn't refute it, 'cause except for zombies, I can't think of anything else that can explain all this. Will we die? His voice trembled slightly. I looked at him through the faint light coming in from the window. The fear in her eyes can be clearly captured. The Jun team will come. The government will definitely control the situation. Although even I don't really believe it. He nodded. Seems to want to get out of the lies I weave. Draw a little courage. Late at night, we agreed to take turns keeping vigil. Sleeping alone. A man stared at the door. But in reality, no one can sleep. Any slight noise makes our nerves tense. Footsteps in the corridor. The wind shakes the windows. An explosion came from the distance. The night was long and terrifying. The early morning. So he suddenly covered his stomach. I want to go to the toilet. The bathroom of the model room is not plumbing. The toilet is just a decoration. Use that bucket. I pointed to the corner. A paint bucket left over from the renovation. Her face turned red. And you. I turned around. Go to the balcony. There was more fire outside than just now. The whole city is like a huge torch burning in the night. Is this what the end of the world looks like? Then it was almost dawn. We finally couldn't hold on. Leaning on the sofa and falling asleep in a daze. Then I was awakened by a violent slamming of the door. Bang, bang, bang. We both looked at each other at the same time. His eyes were full of horror. The knocking stopped. This was followed by the sound of the doorknob turning. The door is locked, but this is the door lock of the model house. The quality is not very good. Crunch as the doorknob is still twisting. I gestured to Su Hei. Let her not make a sound. Quietly move to the door, approach the cat's eye, and look out. There was a person standing outside. No, that's not human. He was wearing a security uniform, but half of his face was rotten. Expose the white bones. He mechanically turned the doorknob like a broken robot. I held my breath. The whole body is stiff. He didn't dare to move. About 5 minutes passed. It could be as long as 5 hours. Time has lost its meaning here. He finally gave up, slowly walking away. Only then did we dare to take a deep breath. Does he know we're here? So, his voice trembled. I don't know if it might be a coincidence, but we all know it in our hearts. Maybe you won't be so lucky next time. Must get out of here. The sun is rising, but it brought no hope. Down through the gap in the curtain, there are more infected people downstairs. They wander aimlessly, occasionally attracted to a certain sound. Gaffer. Together, after the meeting, they dispersed again. The water is almost gone. Food, too. 2 apples, 1 for each of us. Now, the stomach is empty, hungry, and uncomfortable. So he stared at the last bottle of mineral water. You have to go out to find supplies. Get out, and you're crazy. So much that stuff outside, saying here is also waiting for death. She was silent. We all know this. I'm talking about the facts. There is no food and water. We can't last a few days. Does the phone have a signal? He asked me if I found an outlet. Unexpectedly, there was still electricity. Quickly, charge your phone. The signal is intermittent. After powering on, dozens of unread messages popped up in WeChat. All was sent last night. Where are you, son? Hurry home. The son saw the news. Son, you must be safe. Zon. Since Mom and Dad are stuck at home, it's very messy outside. Don't come out. If you see this message, remember that living is more important than anything else. Mom loves you. Eyes suddenly became wet. Ooh. He was also staring at his phone. Tears fell down. My boyfriend worked overtime last night. The phone can't get through now. We try to make a call, either busy or unreachable. The internet can barely connect. Click on the news app. The headlines prominently read, urgent notices. City has entered a state of first level alert. Please refrain from going out. Waiting for rescue. In place. The news turned down is even more desperate. Unexplained attacks broke out in many places. Hospitals are overcrowded. The healthcare system is on the verge of collapse. The troops have entered the city. Safe zones are being established. The last one gives us hope. Where is the safe zone? Why? I kept scrolling. Finally found. The temporary safe zone is set up in the bird's nest. Members of the public can go on their own. Please be safe on the way. The nest is at least 20 kilometers away. Put it in peacetime. This distance is nothing. But Now I have to find a way to get a car. How to get it in the underground garage? Oh, his face turned white. Will the underground garage be? How do you know if you don't try? And in fact, I don't have a bottom in my heart, but it's better than relying on 2 legs. We cleaned up briefly. I found a mop rod as a weapon. So he took a kitchen knife. It's ridiculous to watch, but it's better than nothing. Remember not to hesitate to encounter those things. Just run. And don't think about fighting. We can't beat it. He nodded vigorously. Gently pull the door open. The corridor was terrifyingly quiet. We went down, hand and foot. When passing the 2nd floor, I heard the sound of a TV coming from a certain room. There are still people alive, but we didn't dare to stay on the ground floor of the lobby. On the 1st floor, there is a puddle of dark red snow that has long dried. The entrance to the underground garage is right next to the hole. No, the iron door was half scattered. The black hand inside is missing 5 fingers. Oh, don't go. So, he tugged at the corner of my clothes. I swallowed. It's all here. The moment you push open the door, a rotten stench rushed straight to the nasal cavity. Almost made me vomit on the spot. Turn on your phone's flashlight. By that faint light, he slowly moved down the slope. Every step cannot be lighter. For fear of alarming something that shouldn't be alarmed. The underground garage is very empty. There are quite a few cars parked, but most of them are locked. Over the door of the driver's seat of a white Audi is opened. We rushed over. Nathan, the keys are still inserted in the car. Good luck. But the moment I pulled the car door, a stone body rolled out directly. It's a middle-aged man. The row of tooth marks on his neck was clear and dazzling. He couldn't help but shout. He quickly covered his mouth with his hand, but it was too late. A roar of response came from the depths of the garage. Get in the car. Quickly, I dragged the stone aside. Jump into the driver's seat. He rolled into the Kyopa. The door slammed shut. I was in a hurry to light the fire. The engine sounded twice. It's silly again. Hurry up. His voice was already crying. Several dark shadows rushed out from the shadows. This time it worked. Here, and step on the accelerator. The car slammed forward. An infected person pounced directly on the hood, staring at us. His face was pressed against the windshield. Saliva and snow mixed together. A large piece of paste. So he screamed. I slammed the steering wheel. At the same time, a sudden brake. That thing was thrown down. I can't take care of that much. Keep rushing forward. He accelerated frantically along the garage passage. More and more infected people chased after him in the rearview mirror. Finally, saw the light of the exit. The moment he rushed out of the basement, the sun's prickly eyes hurt. The scene on the street is even more shocking than it is latey. There are stones everywhere that have been crashed and smashed. There are also infected people wandering around. Several buildings are still smoking. The air was full of burnt smell. Where to drive? First ascend the 3rd ring road, and then head north. Slight to say, it's hard to do. The road is full of obstacles. The scrapped car handlebar is blocked to death. Some places just can't get through. I can only go around and around. Drill in narrow alleys. Be careful. An infected person suddenly rushed out of the roadside. I slammed the direction. The car rubbed against the wall. The right mirror flew directly. I'm sorry. I should have looked at it. I don't blame you. You helped me watch the navigation. Drive. Mobile navigation can also be used, but a large section of the road is marked in red. He rubbed forward little by little. It took about 20 minutes. The fuel gauge light came on. I have to find a gas station. The nearest one is 2 kilometers away. Wait for us to drive there. It was found that it had long been looted. The glass of the convenience store was shattered all over the floor. The shelves are tilted. Several stone bodies lay on the ground. Can the oil gun still be used? I got out of the car and took a look. No problem with oil guns, but someone has to operate it in a convenience store. Can you drive? I know a little, but I'm not familiar. Listen to me. I go in and turn all the oil pump. In case something happens, just drive away and leave me alone. I won't leave you behind. Obedient. The most important thing is to live. Remember, she bit her lip and took the key. I rubbed the mop rod, cautiously walked into the convenience store. It's messy inside. Oil pump control panel was found behind the cash register. Fortunately, there is still electricity. Studied for a while. Press the start button. Okay. Me. Sure. So he began to cheer. I took advantage of this time to loot in the store. Turn over a few bottles of water. Cookies. There are also 2 power banks. Was getting ready to go out. Suddenly, Honsuhi scream. Rush out and take a look. Several infected people were coming from across the road. Lu. He hurriedly pulled out the oil gun. Fast, I threw things into the car. Push her into the car. You open it. The engine starts. The infected person is already close to climbing the ruler. We almost rushed out with them. If the road behind is a little smoother, maybe because it is getting farther and farther away from the city center. There are fewer cars and fewer people, but new problems have also come. High-speed entrance in front was blocked by military trucks. Several armed soldiers stood behind the barricades. The parking owner got out of the car for inspection. So he and I looked at each other at the same time. He breathed a sigh of relief. Finally met the army. Slowly drive the car over. Stop at the designated location. Avoid. Get out of the car and raise your hand with your back to me. He do so. What instrument was another soldier holding? Swept from head to toe. Normal body temperature. Have you been bitten or scratched? No. Roll up your sleeves. I'm going to take a look. Although a little awkward, still complied. After confirming that there are no wounds, the soldier's attitude softened. Where are you going? Safe area of the bird's nest. It's full over there. There are new safe zones. Follow this road all the way. About 20 kilometers. Full. Why are there so many people pouring in every night? It's already over. Negative. Don't worry, the supplies over there are sufficient and safe. We have no choice. I can only leave him. Thank you. Be careful on the road. Those infected are attracted to light at night. Try not to turn on the lights. Infected person. It is those who mutate after being bitten. Remember that they are no law. Human. Don't hesitate when you encounter it. We nodded. Get back on the bus. Drive out of the checkpoint. He asked. You said, is there really a safe place? I clenched the steering wheel. There must be. I don't have a bottom in my heart. The world is changing too fast. Yesterday, at this time, I'm still worried about the project's deadline. Now, living has become the only goal. The car continued to drive forward. A choppy sound came from the radio. It's a city guy. Please stay calm. The army is. Survivors are asking to go. The signal is too poor. I can't hear it clearly at all. The road is getting harder and harder. Not because of blockage, but because the stone body is lying on the road. Some are still moving. I could only bite the bullet and drive over. Try not to think about the sound coming from under the tires. So his face turned pale. Grabbed a handrail. Do you want to stop and take a break? She shook her head. Keep going. I'm fine. But I can see it. He couldn't hold on anymore. Actually, so am I. The adrenaline has long been exhausted now. All that supports us is the instinct to survive. Go to the service area and take a break. Just 10 minutes driving. Drive in and take a look. This service area is like a haunted house. There were a few random cars parked in the parking lot. It was all ash. It's the same as stopping for 800 years. But a single figure was seen. Be careful with your weapon. The two of them got out of the car with the guy who came with them. The door of the service area is opened. It's black and rumbling inside. I can't see anything clearly. It's like a big mouth waiting for people to go in. Do you want to go in? Lu Ming shook his head. Get it. Let's stay in the car for a while. The two returned to the car. Lock the car door tightly too. He tore open a pack of cookies that I don't know where they came from. Half of it was handed to Lu Ming. Thank you for pulling me on the subway. If it weren't for you, I might have done it a long time ago. Okay, don't talk about this. Aren't we both alive and well now? That's enough. Zuhail, listen, barely squeeze out a smile. It's uglier than crying. She lowered her head. The sound is like a mosquito. Do you think my boyfriend is still alive? Lu Ming glared in his heart. How to answer this question? Said it was possible to live. Though that's not realistic, said he. I'd die. That's too cruel. Must be a lie. Certainly he also knew that he was lying to himself. But at this time, in addition to giving a white lie, what else can I do? He nodded. Tears rolled in his eyes several times. Just didn't let it fall. The two of them just sat like this, chewing on tasteless biscuits, drinking water. The sun outside the window is falling little by little. The entire abandoned service area was dyed red. It's like a layer of blood has been splashed. It makes people rash. I rested for about half an hour. It was getting dark. Remembered the words of the soldier. You have to find a safe place to cat before dark. Just started the car and prepared to leave. So he suddenly pointed to the front and shouted to take a look. There is a person there. Ming looked over. Boy, there is really a black shadow dangling at the exit of the service area. He slowed down. Slowly approached. It is a living one. But a fat man in a dirty jacket is pushing a supermarket that is full of people. The energy of the shopping cart to feed is used. As soon as I saw a car coming, the fat man was first stunned. Then it was like seeing his own father wave desperately. Help, big brother, big sister, save me. Lu Ming hesitated. Don't stop. What if it's a trap? Now, this world, the human heart, is separated by the belly, but the words haven't fallen yet. The service area building behind the fat man. It's like blowing up a nest. Several infected people rushed out. He pounced on him with his teeth and claws. The fat man took a look. No more shopping carts. Yazi, run this way. That's faster than a rabbit. Please open the door. Lu Ming gritted his teeth. Save him. You are crazy, you see. He was pushing such a cart of materials and was not willing to throw it away. This person is not bad. At least it doesn't harm anyone. After saying that, he stopped with a kick on the brakes. Roll down the windows. Get in the car. The fat man simply rolled and crawled over. Swish and get into the back seat. The car door just closed. Lu Ming stepped on the accelerator to the end. JCU rushed out with a sound. The infected people in the rearview mirror are still chasing. After running 2 steps, he was thrown away. The fat man was panting in the back seat like a bellows. Thank you. My God, I almost explained it here. What do buddies call? My name is Li Changle. Deliver food. You are really good people. These days, it's too rare to be willing to reach out and pull a hand. Just you. It was originally 2 people. There is also a companion. An hour ago, we were looking for food in the service area. He was bitten. I watched it with my own eyes. The car was quiet all of a sudden. After a while, Li Changle asked, where are you going? There's a safe zone there. I'm going. I went there, too. I just listened to the radio. Just ran over there. I was riding an electric car. Halfway through the run, there was no power. What are you doing? Yes, deliver food. Yes, to deliver food. Big brother, don't look down on me for delivering food. Let me tell you, I'm the single king of this area. 70 or 80 orders a day without rest. So, he listened. I didn't hold back the fun for a while. No one looks down on you. The atmosphere finally eased a little. Li Changle is real. Ha! He took out a few pieces of chocolate from his pocket and handed them over. Eat chocolate. Wow, just now, in the service area. Ha! It's expensive, and I usually don't want to buy it. It was completely dark. Lu Ming listened to the soldier's words. Turn the lights. Just rely on the moonlight to slowly rub forward. Low, but safety first. It's opened. Lu. He suddenly pointed ahead. Look at whether there is fire in front of you. It's really, the night sky in front of me is red. It was red. The more you open up, the bigger the fire. Wait until you turn a corner. Everyone gasped. Good guy. A whole village is on fire. The shadows inside are full of infected people wandering around. Some have flames on their bodies like a torch, but they are like normal people. Still wandering there. This is so good. Take a detour, brother. Lu Ming hurriedly hit the steering wheel. Be prepared to take a detour from the path. But the path is narrow. Both sides are full of crops. It didn't go far before it was over a large truck overturned on the ground. Blocked the road. Death. Reverse. Quickly. Lu Ming hung up the reverse gear. I turned around. My was cold. I don't know when it will be. A bunch of infected people also emerged. It swayed around and came around. Get out of the car and run. Don't worry about the car. 4 people jumped out of the car. Run away. Under the moonlight, those infected are like a tide coming from all directions. There's a field here and there. The 4 of them ran into the field, 1 foot deeper and the other shallow. Has just been watered. The mud is soft and sticky. Run 1 step and fall half a step. 2. His feet slipped. He fell to the ground. Lu Ming and Li Changle ran away while holding him. Those infected people are getting closer and closer. You can smell the rancid smell when you get close. Just Lu Ming here. This time, I'm afraid I have to explain it. At this time, gunshots suddenly rang out ahead. Da! The infected who ran at the front fell to the ground. A flashlight shines over. Is a voice shouting, a living person. Speak. We are living people. Come with me. Under the moonlight, a man in camouflage stands on a field. The 4 of them rolled and crawled over. Follow him and run. The man's movements were sharp. Turn around and shoot while running. Go. You can pour 1 for every shot. Marksmanship is called an accuracy. Military jeep is parked on the edge of the field. The man jumped into the driver's seat and all 4 other people got in. 1 foot on the accelerator. The car roared and rushed out. Thank you, big brother. Men didn't look back. No need to thank them. Our survivors help each other as they should. The voice sounded very calm, the kind that is used to seeing big scenes. You are a soldier. He was discharged from the army and now works as a volunteer in the safe zone. Come out to find supplies. How far is the safe zone? Not far, from about 10 kilometers. Here. The big stone in the hearts of the 4 people finally fell to the ground. The man introduced himself as Liu Chengwei. Asked them why they dare to wander outside at night. Lu Ming and the others said. Liu Chengwei nodded. You're in luck. Those things are more active at night. Most people don't dare to come out. None of them were hurt. Oh, no. Then the safe zone should be strictly checked. Those with wounds must be isolated first. Liu Chengwei's driving skills are really good. The black light is blind. You can also avoid various obstacles on the road without turning on the lights. All the way. Li Changle asked the eldest brother from behind, what's the situation in the safe zone now? It's okay to eat and drink. There are too many people. Statistics are more than 30. There must be more today. 30. People squeezed into a temporary safe zone. What are the conditions? Just thinking. Liu Chengwei suddenly asked, if you have family? No one in the car spoke again. Silence for a long time. Lu Ming spoke. Yes, but they are all lost. Liu Chengwei nodded. I didn't ask anymore. In this world, the word lost contact is basically equivalent to farewell. The lights finally appeared in front. A large area fenced off with barbed wire. The searchlight swept around. There are armored vehicles at the entrance. There are soldiers with guns. The car was parked, and everyone got off. It is another set of familiar processes. Take your temperature and check the wound. Registration information. A soldier said expressionlessly, "Welcome to temporary security zone. Someone will take you to the quarantine area later. Remember that the first 3 days are the observation period, and don't run around." Sui heard the word isolation. A little nervous Liu Chengwei explained next to him, "Standard procedure. Don't worry about making sure no infected people sneak in. The conditions are okay." A staff member came over and took them inside. "Good guy. This safe zone is much bigger than you think. Rows of tents are neatly arranged. There is also a temporary paved road in the middle. Although simple. But at least it looks orderly. Some people on the road are queuing up to get things. Some sat outside the tents in a daze. The faces are all the same expressions of tiredness and confusion. Staff took them to a slice area separated by plastic sheeting. The newcomer lives here. Men and women are separated on one side. A large tent. After 3 days, there is no abnormality, and you can go to the formal resettlement area. 2 meals a day. 7 a.m. 5 p.m. The water hits itself over there. If you have something to do, look for someone on duty at the door. After saying that, they left. The 4 people stood there with big eyes and stared at each other. Li Changle scratched his head. "That's where we separated." "Yes, the men and women are divided." Lu Ming looked at Suhei. He also looked at him. The eyes are full of reluctance. In the past 2 days, the two have changed from strangers to life and death friends. It feels longer than having known each other for several years. "See you in 3 days. Well, be careful." Watching Su, he walked into the girl's tent. Lu Ming's heart was empty. The boys' tents were crowded to death. The floor is covered with thin cushions. People are next to people. The air smells of sweat and disinfectant water. The two found a corner and sat down. "Dude, you are here today too." The man glanced at them. "Arrived in the afternoon. You just arrived. Then you are lucky. I heard that the safe zone will not accept people from tomorrow." "Why?" "There are too many people. There are not enough decibels of supplies." This news made everyone's hearts sink again. Even the safe zone is not safe. Where else can you go? It was late at night, and the sound of noise was everywhere in the tent. Lu Ming tossed and turned and couldn't sleep. It's like playing a movie in my head. It's all about these 2 days. Screams in the subway. House on the platform. Stone on the road. How did the world become like this? He rolled over, seeing Liu Chengwei next to him. He didn't sleep. "I can't sleep." Normally people who experience this for the first time are like this. For the first time, you've seen it. Liu Chengwei was silent for a while. Only then did he say, in a low voice, "When I was in the army, performed several special missions in similar scenes." Similar. You say it's not a virus. It is nothing else specific that cannot be said. Don't think too much. It's good to be alive. But is it really enough to live? The 3rd day of quarantine is not over yet. The answer is here. 4 a.m. The outside of the tent suddenly became chaotic. It caught fire. Lu Ming and the others rushed out of the tent to take a look. The other side of the safe zone was in flames. It is the direction of the formal resettlement area. The order in the loudspeaker is not allowed to run around. But it was too late. Panic spread like a plague. All at once, someone began to push the fence of the quarantine area. I want to rush out. Soldiers raised their guns and shouted to retreat. But who still listens? Just when this mess became a pot of porridge, Lu Ming saw something even more terrifying. There was a dark shadow moving in the firelight, not on the run. It's chasing people. It is an infected person. How can there be infected people in the safe zone? The answer is coming soon. A staff member ran over with a pale face. Someone in the quarantine area has mutated. Why did a few people report their wounds tonight? Shots rang out. The soldiers began to shoot the infected, who rushed over. But there are too many. It can't be finished at all. Everyone retreated to the east gate quickly. The crowd went completely crazy, start running wildly. Lu Ming desperately looked for Su. He in the chaos. Zo he Su he. Lu Ming, I'm here. Lu Ming squeezed through the crowd. Go, the hand tightly clutched. Follow me and don't let go. Li Changle and Liu Chengwei also squeezed over. Liu Chengwei pointed in the direction of fewer people. Come with me from here. More people ran with Liu Chengwei, but you can run and run. Lu Ming felt something was wrong. They are not running out. They run deep into the safe zone. Liu Chengwei went in the wrong direction. Believe me, there is no choice but to follow. Liu Chengwei took them to the door of a material warehouse. The guard at the door ran away early. The warehouse is full of piles. Eat and drink. There are even weapons. Take what you can use. Take as much as you can. Wouldn't we escape? To escape is to die. The outside is full of infected people. Let's hide outside and stop talking about it. It makes sense, and several people hurriedly did it. Lu Ming found a hiking bag stuffed with water. One compressed biscuit flashlight. So he found a first aid kit. Li Changle went straight to the jewelry area. Pull something into your arms. Liu Chengwei just finished speaking. Don't take too much. The door of the warehouse that couldn't run was knocked open with a bang. A few more people ran in. They chased after the door when it was about to close. The big guys worked together to close the door. Use shelf tops. There was an immediate bang outside the door. It won't last long. Lu Ming looked at the three new people. 2 sons and 1 daughter all wear work clothes in the safe zone. You are the staff. The leading man smiled bitterly. I guess I'm from the medical team. The 2 are logistics and registration. It's all over the outside. How could this be? Isn't the safe zone the safest? Where is there absolutely safe? This is bureaucracy killing people. The sound of the impact outside the door grew louder and louder. The back door also ran. They were surrounded. There is a ladder in the upper roof warehouse. A group of people climbed onto the roof. Look down. The entire safe zone has become a Shura field. The fire figures, gunshots, and screams were in chaos. What was once a shelter turned into a slaughterhouse. The woman finished crying. It's all over yet. The eastern wall was blown up. An opening can go out from there. To get there, you have to go through most of the safe zone. The logistics guy suddenly said that I have a way. There is a transport truck in the warehouse. The key is with me. It's easy to do it if you have a car. They went back to the warehouse. The infected have already slammed open the front door. Is wandering around inside. Liu Chengwei took the lead. 1 shot at a time cleared the way and rushed to the garage. Military truck was parked there. Everyone jumped into the car. The logistics guy started the car. A foot of the accelerator truck roared and rushed out. It's hell outside. The infected were hit all over the sky. Some climbed into the car. White Page was smashed down by everyone with all kinds of guys. He grabbed Lu Ming's arm tightly. The face turned white. Don't be afraid that we can get out. Trucks go on a rampage. Finally, rush to the gap in the east. But the gap is dense. All the infected rushed over. He gritted his teeth. Step on the gas pedal to the bottom. The truck crashed into the market like a mad cow. The violent impact made everyone fall around. The doctor didn't hold on. Directly fell out of the car body. The doctor was too late. It was instantly overwhelmed by the rocks. The truck finally broke out of the encirclement, but the engine started to smoke. No, I can't hold on. There are woods ahead. Go to the woods. Truck rushed into the woods. The fire was completely extinguished. Everyone jumped out of the car and continued running. The safe zone behind was completely engulfed in flames. The sky is red. They kept running and running until I can't run anymore. In a grove. Everyone stopped to gasp. 7 people came out now. There are only 6 left. The driver's name is Zhang Qiang. The woman in the registry office was called Li Ming. What to do now? No answered because no one knows. The safe zone is gone. They became the reefed dogs again. Liu Chengwei said to find a place to rest first. Let's talk about it at dawn. I found a hidden place in the woods. Against Lu Ming's side. My whole body was still shaking. I'm sorry. Why apologize if not to save me? You ran out a long time ago. Lu Ming held her hand. Don't be silly. We're together. He looked at him. Tears flashed in his eyes. The moonlight came down from the gaps in the leaves. In this crazy world, the only thing they can rely on is each other. Here, the voice, the sound of the engine came from the distance. It was a convoy. Li Ming asked hopefully, is it the army? Liu Chengwei shook his head and said no. The sound of military vehicles is different. The convoy is getting closer. Through the cracks in the trees, they saw a strange convoy, various modified vehicles. A machine gun was mounted on it. The people in the car are dressed differently, but all with weapons. It is a survivor organization. Isn't that a good thing? Not necessarily this world. Sometimes people are more terrifying than infected people. The convoy stopped not far away. A rough voice came. Top dog. Safe zone is over. Good thing. Aren't those who are soldiers cows? Now the entire region belongs to us. Those materials will be moved at dawn tomorrow. Remember to see the living. The man was killed. The woman stayed. A burst of lewd laughter came. Lu Ming Fetsu, his hands trembling. These people are more terrifying than the infected because the infected just want to eat you, and they want more. The convoy finally drove away. They hid in the woods for another hour. Only when you are safe do you dare to come out. I can't stay here for long. Those people will definitely come back tomorrow to loot. Then, where are we going? I heard that there is a large security base in City C. And it is directly managed by the military region. How far? More than 100 kilometers. Everyone fell silent. More than 100 kilometers. Usually, nothing. Now, every kilometer can be deadly. Is there a better option? No. That's it. It's better than waiting for death. Everyone nodded in agreement. Redistribute supplies. Each person has a little to prepare. Liu Chengwei paid attention to everyone. Don't trust anyone on the road. Hide when you see people. When you see a car, hide it unless absolutely necessary. Don't expose yourself. The sky is just bright, and they set off. Walked for 2 hours. A village appeared in front of it. Go around. I can't walk. He broke his foot yesterday. Has been holding on. Take a break. They rested in an abandoned canteen at the entrance of the village. The store has already been emptied, but it can shelter from the wind and rain. Liu Chengwei went out to sentry the post. Lu Ming stayed with Su He. He leaned against the corner and closed his eyes. He took the kettle. Take a sip. Do you think we can live to City C? I can definitely do it. You don't believe in deceiving people. Lu Ming didn't speak. Fact, he is not afraid of death. I am just unwilling. There is still a lot left undone. A lot of words were not said. My boyfriend. We were going to get married this year. He stiffened his swallowing. Lu Ming didn't know how to comfort him. She said, I could only hug him gently. He cried silently in his arms. At this moment, Liu Chengwei's urgent voice came out outside. If there is a situation, they rush out. Liu Chengwei pointed into the distance. In the midst of the dust and the sky, several cars were driving this way. It's too late to hide. The leading jeep was already parked in front of them. How? Several people with guns jumped out of the car. Don't move. Everyone raises their hands. Leader is a man with a scar on his face. He looked at them. You escaped from the safe zone. It is a safe zone. How is it now? After finishing the scar-faced man was silent for a while, waving his hand to ask his men to put away their guns. Where are you going? City. See. Don't go. To those 3 years ago, the news was like a bolt from the blue. It can't be a military region. What happened to the military district? Those things don't matter if you are in a military zone or not. Come with us. What? We have a stronghold. It's safe for the time being. We need reassurance. We are not bandits. It is a serious survival. Liu Chengwei and Lu Ming exchanged glances. It could be a trap, but they have no choice. The scar-faced man is called Zhengang. I used to open a logistics company. There are more than 30 people in the stronghold, all in an abandoned factory. Car drove for more than an hour. The road is littered with corpses and abandoned cars. Smoke was still coming from some places. This world is really over. A factory appeared in front of him. There are guards with guns at the gate. When he saw the convoy, he opened the door. The factory is quite big. A factory building was converted into a living quarters. Someone is training in the open space. Someone is sorting out the supplies. It does look like a serious stronghold. Zhengang took them in, introducing the new members. People gathered around. There are men and women. There are old and young. It's all ordinary human nature. As soon as I heard that the safe zone had fallen, there was an exclamation from the crowd. Zhengang asked someone to take them to arrange accommodation. It's simple to say that the rules are simple. Don't steal or rob. Help each other. Eating is a big part of rice. If you want to eat good food, go out and look for it. Half of the supplies are handed over. The rest is up to you. Sounds fair. After settling in, Lu Ming found So hey, how does it feel? Be careful than grabbing it outside. Don't go it alone when eating at night, grueling with pickles. But in the last days, it would be nice to have a hot meal. A tall and thin man sat next to him and called Xiao Xiao. Also came a few days earlier. Zhengang has many rules, but people are not bad. It's much better than those newborns outside. I have seen a group of people fight for a box of instant noodles. Killed the whole family of 3. Lu Ming's heart sank. Zhou Xiao patted him on the shoulder. So stay safe. It's good to be alive. After eating, Zhengang summoned the newcomers to distribute the work. So he will provide first aid vent to the medical team. Liu Chengwei retired from the army to train newcomers to fight. The days go on like this, although it is not a long-term solution, but at least it's safe for the time being. At night, Lu Ming lay on the hard bed, listened to the wind outside. I don't know how long such a day will last, but at least alive. On the 5th day, something happened that morning. Lu Ming is helping people repair the wall. Suddenly, I heard the guard shouting that someone was coming. Zhengang took people out. 3 people were brought back 10 minutes later. One of them was seriously injured, carried into the medical team. The man said to us breathlessly, our stronghold was breached. Who is infected? Not a person. They call themselves scavengers. Kill people when they see them. Everything was looted. Zhenggang's face changed to a scavenger. Why did they come here? You know they've heard about a bunch of maniacs. Believe that the end times are the punishment of God. Clean up all survivors. So, how many of them? At least 50 of them have guns. 50 heavily armed maniacs. There are only more than 30 of them. Weapons are not enough. Zhengang was about to summon people to prepare for battle. It's too late. The roar of the engine came from the distance. They're coming through the gaps in the wall. Lu Ming saw more than a dozen modified cars. People in the car were all dressed in black. All the old, weak women and children went to the basement. Those who can hold guns, follow me up the wall. Lu Ming pulled Suhi and ran to the basement. Where are you going? I have to help. It's too dangerous. Obedience and go. But watching Su, he ran to the basement. Lu Ming picked up a rifle and climbed the wall. The scavengers' convoy stopped outside the gate. A masked person stands on the roof of a car, shouting with a megaphone. The people inside listened. You are chosen by God. Accept the purification. Get out of here. Lonely and stubborn. Then send you to hell. The battle began. Our bullets flew like rain. Lu Ming lay behind the bunker. It feels like the whole world is shaking. Now, just my ears were full of gunshots and shouts. The grenade exploded with a bang. Shrapnel flew not far away. A guard was blown down. Lu Ming poked his head out. Few shots were fired randomly. He quickly retracted back. The heartbeat is strong. This was the first time he had actually fought against a living person not infected. The situation is getting more and more unfavorable. The scavenger firepower is too fierce. The gate was crumbling under heavy machine gun fire. Prepare for battle. At this moment, Li Changle ran over. I'm going to block the door. If you're crazy, someone has to go. I deliver food. Done fast. Without waiting for Lu Ming to react, Li Changle rushed out with a box. Lu Ming took a look. The box was full of grenades. Li Changle ran to the back of the gate, start stuffing grenades into the cracks in the door. The bullet hit him next to him. Dusty. Li Changle is coming back soon. Li Changle turned around and smiled at them, then pulled the stealth of all grenades. Loud explosion. The gate and Li Changle were reduced to pieces, but the explosion also blew up the two cars at the front. Lu Ming was stunned. The fat man who was always smiling was gone. Don't beat it. Lu Ming pulled the trigger with red eyes. There are too many scavengers. They poured in through the gap that had exploded. Withdraw to the factory and withdraw them while fighting. A few more people fell. Shang Qiang was hit in the leg, was framed and run. Retreat to the main plant. Lock the door with everything you can. Liu Chengwei said, go to guard the back door. Lu Ming followed. Just arrived at the back door. I saw a few scavengers knocking on the door. Fire and fire. The scavenger was temporarily repulsed, but there was not much ammunition left. At this time, Chen Gang's voice came from the walkie-talkie. The front door can't hold on. Prepare to break through. There is a dark passage in the basement. Leads to the woods behind. How do you know? Liu Chengwei said what he had just seen while changing the bullet. Hurry up and take the people in the basement through the dark passage. We can't cover it. You will die. It's better than death. Remember what you said. There is hope to be alive. There is no time to argue. Lu Ming rushed to the basement. He pounced on him and hugged him. Go quickly through the dark path. Everyone comes with me. The secret passage is very narrow. I can only walk bent over. Dark and damp. Heard fierce gunfire and explosions behind him. I walked for about 10 minutes. Finally saw the light. Exit in the woods. Run fast and don't look back. They ran wildly in the woods. The direction of the factory behind him was in flames. Ran for a long time until I can't run anymore. The number of people counted was 15 people. Why? This is the last survivor of more than 30 people in the stronghold. So he asked Liu Chengwei and the others. Lu Ming shook his head. In order to cover them, they are all gone. What to do now? Someone asked Lu Ming to look at this group of old and weak women. Ru was at a loss in his heart. Tengang dit, Liu Chengwei dit, Li Changle also dit. Now he is their support, but he didn't know what to do. Find a place to rest first. They continued to walk in the woods. It was dark, and there was nothing to eat or drink. Suddenly someone pointed to the distance and looked into the distance. The light is a bonfire. They quietly approached. There were a few people sitting by the campfire, wearing military uniform. It was the soldiers who were saved. Lu Ming was about to go out. Lu He grabbed him. Wait for you to look at their armbands. No, that's not a regular army. At this moment, a soldier stood up, hiding in the woods. By firelight, Lu Ming saw his face clearly. He is a scavenger. They changed their clothes and waited here, waiting for the survivors to throw themselves into the net. It's too late. There are people over there. Escape them and run for their lives again. So, he suddenly fell. I can't run because my foot is broken. You go, Lu Ming, to carry him. Shut up and run fast with people on your back, saying that he was about to be caught up. Just when this 1,000 troops were launched, a real military vehicle suddenly appeared in front. The heavy machine gun on the car opened fire, beat the chasing scavenger to the ground. An officer jumped out of the car. Are you okay? This time, it's a real soldier. The armband equipment temperament is real. We are survivors. No. Everyone, get in the car and take you to a safe place. The military vehicle was speeding in the night. The military doctor treated Su, his foot injured. Lu Ming asked where to go. The officer replied, yes. City A is right. The largest survivor base was established. Is city a safe? Relatively safe. At least better than anywhere else. This answer is bottomless. He also asked about the situation in the country. The officer sighed and said, it wasn't good, but trying to control. The convoy had 3 military vehicles. The carriage was packed with survivors. Someone is crying. Some people have dull eyes. Everyone has their own story. What is lost? So, he fell asleep on Lu Ming's shoulder. He was too tired. Lu Ming looked at his sleeping face. My heart is mixed. The end times compress everything, including feelings. It's almost through the car window. Lu Ming saw the outline of city. Many buildings were destroyed, but you can see the lights. Lots and lots of lights. That is the light of hope. The convoy stopped at a checkpoint. The checks are stricter than before. After passing, they were taken to a huge complex. Formerly, the Olympic Village. Now, it's a survivor base. The base is huge. There are people everywhere, but orderly. There are soldiers on patrol. There are staff distributing supplies. There are medical points. There is a school. Civilization continues. You go register first. Accommodation will be assigned. What is needed? Find a staff. Thank you. No thanks. It is our duty to protect the people. Looking at his back, Lu Ming's eyes were a little wet. After experiencing so much ugliness, this perseverance is particularly precious. There are long queues at the registry office. Lu Ming reported the names of his parents, so although there is little hope, so he reported her boyfriend's name. The staff's expressions did not change, obviously used to seeing it. You are in this together. Lu Ming and Su. He looked at each other. Then, that can be allocated a family room. Room 512 in Building B. This is the key family room. They silently took the key. The room is not big, but very clean. There are 2 beds, table. You can see the central square of the base from the window. Better than I thought. Yes. Silence. The 2 spoke at the same time. It stopped at the same time. Lu Ming picked up the kettle and said to fetch water. Lu Ming, thank you. Machine. Thank you. Along the way. Thank you for not going to me. Lu Ming walked back. Sit next to him. I also want to thank you. Thank me for what? Thank you for letting me live in this apocalypse. You can still feel the beauty. He looked at him. There is an incomprehensible emotion in his eyes. Then he kissed him. Very light and short. I'm sorry. Lu Ming held his hand. No need to apologize. This time, he took the initiative in this crazy world. They all need someone to rely on. You need to make sure you are still alive. You can still feel the beauty. Night fell outside the window. The lights of the base are on, like the stars. You think, will the world be okay? Definitely, the lie is true. This time, as long as someone is there, there is hope. The next day, they started a new life. The base arranges work for everyone. Lu Ming drove to the convoy. Zoe continued to do medical care. The days passed. The base is becoming more and more perfect. With power generation equipment, with a water purification system. With farm. There are even schools. The children resumed classes, although it is still dangerous outside. But life within the walls gradually normalized. One day, good news came on the radio. Scientists have developed antibodies. Clinical trials are underway. The whole base boiled. People hugged each other and cried. Antibodies mean the beginning of a counterattack. It means that you can really survive. That night, a small celebration was held at the base. Bonfire, music and dance. People forget about the pain for a while. Laugh to the fullest. I won't dance. Neither will I. They swayed awkwardly, stepping on each other's feet. But by the campfire of the apocalypse, be able to dance with the person you love. It is the greatest happiness. Lu Ming, I love you. Lu Ming was stunned for a moment. This is the first time she has said these 3 words. I love you too. Amid the cheers of the crowd, they kissed. The smell of disinfectant water in your mouth. But that's the taste of being alive. It is the taste of hope. Half a year later, the antibody was successfully developed. Mass vaccination began. The number of infected people has dropped sharply. The Jun team began to regain lost ground. Cities were cleaned up and rebuilt. Good news is on the radio every day. The world is slowly recovering, although there are still many difficulties. But at least there is light. A year later, Lu Ming and Su in the chapel of the base, a wedding was held. Though there are no fancy wedding dresses, there are no luxurious banquets. There are only simple vows and sincere blessings, good times and bad, regardless of health, disease. I will love you too, protect you until death does us part. When the vows are spoken, you remember the bits and pieces of the journey, encounters on the subway, dependence on the road to escape, love in the base. The end did not break them apart. Instead, they cherish each other even more. You can kiss the bride. In everyone's applause, Lu Ming kissed his wife. This time, there was no smell of disinfectant water, only the taste of happiness. After the wedding, they returned to the cottage. A map is posted on the wall. It marks where they want to go. And the world is fully restored. Let's go on a trip. It's good to go anywhere. I want to see the sea. Then go see the sea. The setting sun outside the window. But this is not the end of the sunset. It is the sunset before the dawn of a new one. Lu Ming held his hand, looking out a window. Out the window. The streets of the base are full of people. Someone is chatting. Someone is walking. Someone is walking the dog. It's like the apocalypse never happened. But they all know it happened. Those that have passed, those horrific memories of people. Those desperate moments all have existed because of the darkness. Only then do we cherish the light even more, because it was close to death. Only then do I love life more. What are you thinking? It's good to be alive. Yes, it's good to be alive. Night fell. The lights of the base are on. In this new world, they will have hope. Keep living with love.